Here in Ireland, folklore has been an area that has been studied, collected, gathered for far longer than a number of other countries. Hence, UCD is one of the leading places in the world to study this subject. I love Irish folklore because it really helps us understand people in a way that no other subject can allow you to study people. The way in which we celebrate our rituals, it's the way we celebrate our holidays, it's the way we live our lives.
I think the most exciting thing about being a folklore student is that the material you're learning is revolving around what you see and what you do and what you talk about every day. The fact that you can learn about these things in class and then go out and have a wander through the city is really great.
There are two ways to go about studying folklore. First of all, it's a major in the Joint Honours BA program. There are 15 subjects to choose from. A number of them that are really popular, maybe folklore and history, folklore in English, folklore in Irish, and you can see how the two really contribute to each other and strengthen your time here in that Joint Honours. Secondly, you can take folklore as a minor of the BSc with archaeology. On the one hand, you have the archaeology, and on the other hand, you have the kind of cultural, creative material around archaeology that can really help people understand the material better. In first year, it's the big lecture theatre. And that really allows students to meet and engage with students who have a similar interest in what they're studying. We also have a large international component, so you really begin to meet amazing people. But as you move on in the course, classes become much smaller teaching areas and groups that come together.
The most captivating thing for me on a day-to-day basis would be listening to the local stories from around Ireland, and having the school's collection there and all the different documents that they have available to you really makes it pretty breathtaking, to say the least.
The National Folklore Collection is recognised by UNESCO as one of the leading resources of understanding life in Ireland throughout the 20th century. Another way students really learn in the course is to explore the world themselves. We really encourage them to begin their own areas of research. Particularly at the moment, we have students that may be looking at graffiti up on the north side of Dublin in Cabra. We have students looking at ways in which Simpsons are being used on the internet. We study storytelling in Irish folklore, and that skill can be used in a number of areas. First that comes to my mind is the heritage industry, and one of our recent graduates is now a curator at the National Museum of Ireland in Castlebar. It can also be in areas of social media. You may find yourself ended up being an influencer. All of that falls into Irish folklore.
And if you're big into geography and you're big into your local area, I think folklore would sit very well with you. You're into living history and you're into studying the past, I think that would be a great place to start.
The students that do really well in Irish folklore are students that are curious about our world. Students that really want to understand popular culture, understand the way in which our communities work, and the ways in which we bring our traditions together. Why we need magic in the world, that is why we study folklore.